Hello, this is Jennifer Batts of Belladonna's Botanicals, and welcome to another installment of Jennifer's Insights. And this episode, we're going to be talking about the cult of personality, or cults of personality, as it were. I was just thinking about something as I got up from recording one video and went to my computer to check Facebook or something, and I was reminded of something my ex-husband said to me many years ago. This was we were, community leaders in a completely different community, not spiritual related, more gaming community size. And at one point, and I never understood this, at least not at the time. And this was at least 15, 16 years ago. And he looked at me and said, he's like, you have to be careful with what you say and what you do. You're a force of personality or a force of nature. You move and the world moves with you. You have to be careful with that. And I came to realize he was talking about the power of influence. And while I've never been an influencer in the contemporary traditional sense, I have noticed that over the years, that a lot of times I have been, in various situations, completely mundane, a catalyst for change. I've left jobs, and within months, so did everyone else, out of nowhere. Didn't ask them to, didn't tell them to, didn't make them follow in my footsteps or put a spell on them or anything. But it's like, I started thinking about this, and when you are in a position of being the voice in a community, of being a content creator, author, business owner, what have you, is that you have to look at that, and that there is always going to be a percentage of the population that comes to any given community that is vulnerable and impressionable. And while you may have good intentions, or you may not think that someone's literally going to do what you say or be influenced in a negative way by what you say, it is something that has to be taken into consideration. And I take that to heart, like I think about with great power comes great responsibility. And that is true. The impact of what we say and what we do and what we represent and what we allow and what we associate with says a lot about us. And we do have the influence, thinking about the impressionable person that's out there that might take your words literally, depending on what they are, or is looking for a role model, a guru, someone to tell them, to guide them. And if you're spreading a message of hate and intolerance and anything like that, they're going to follow in your footsteps. And I firmly believe, in a lot of ways, like attracts like. And I see that as a huge problem, and especially in the left-hand path community, in that, I've been sitting here scratching my head, wondering why I'm seeing the things I'm seeing. So much misogyny, so much hate, so much, F you, I'm going to do what I want, and stuff like that. And the ego, and as soon as you disagree with someone, you're voted off the island, or treated with the lowest common denominator, insults, and whatnot. It's like, yeah, I can have opinions on things. Doesn't make me feminist scum, or doesn't mean I should go die of cancer or whatever, according to some people. It's like, honestly, I mean, for what I truly believe, I'm like, I don't really care what people believe. Like, that's, your mind is your own. And if, we all believe, weird things at times, or fucked up things, or whatnot. But when you use those beliefs to cause harm, and to promote a culture of hate and intolerance and violence. No. So, thinking about the cult of personality, and I did a video last, maybe about a year ago, called something about cults, the occult or a cult. But when you're involved in the communities, looking at the leaders, looking at the content creators, and then these people, really look at who they are and listen. And before you just blindly follow someone, do a bit of research and make sure. And I will say this: you're not in a cult and falling prey to a cult mentality when you're allowed to disagree with people. You're allowed to have differing opinions. You're not forced to choose sides and shit that doesn't involve you. Um, you're not vilified for standing up for yourself and being like, no, I'm not going to be treated lesser because I'm a woman. That doesn't make me some, raging feminazi. I'm like, no, I'm just want my humanity acknowledged, etc. So, and this goes for really any type of community. Look at the leadership, because I've seen it in a lot of different communities. Look at the leadership. Look at what they're saying. Listen. And every community is going to have its trolls and detractors that are, poo-pooing those people. But if you keep hearing the same thing about the same person over and over again from multiple people and multiple sources with multiple experiences, pay attention. Those are what are called red flags. And don't spray paint them green in midair when they're flying at you. I've been notorious for doing that, and a lot, personally and professionally. What are my intentions with being a content creator and a business owner in the occult community? My intentions are, I want to bring you awesome fucking products. I want to make awesome fucking shit. And, do I want to be some mega billionaire, whatever? No, I just want to live, a decent life and comfortably, where I can manage my disabilities and my neurodivergence and not have to work in a 9-to-5 job that's soul sucking me dry. I want to make awesome things. I want to share my creativity. I want to share my experiences and my gnosis and my knowledge and my education with you. I don't want to control you. I don't want you to choose sides because, well, I don't like this person or I don't like that company or whatever. That's your decision. If you want to, great. If not, you are free to make your own decisions. Most cases, I'm not going to judge you for, what you believe in. Just have an open mind. And that's all I'm really asking. I get a little persnickety is the right word. I get a little chafes my ass a bit when people get a little judgy about the difference between light and dark magic, and they're really surprised there is no difference. It's non-dualistic and it's all intertwined. But I already did a video about that, so I'm not going to go off on that tangent. I don't need this to be a safe space, bubble wrapped, no fun zone. Treat each other with respect. I don't know, that seems, show common decency, be a decent human being. Not talking rocket science here. Maybe looking at not defining by differences, but by what you have in common. There are people I'm friends with. If you laid us out on paper, we would look like mortal enemies, but we get along just fine. I'm not an overly political person, so this is not really going to be a political channel for the most part. It's just not what I talk about. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't really care about that. It's just, I am, this is a sidebar. I oftenly joke I'm hashtag team asteroid. No, I am not rooting for an asteroid to hit the planet most of the time. I am in the, I am not going to worry about this shit. I don't need mass media, the 24-hour news cycle, to pollute my brain, nor do I need the alternative media, news sources, conspiracy theories rotting my brain. I just want to get through each day, because getting through the day is hard enough on any given day. So I don't worry about it. And it's liberating, and I highly recommend it. Because what does any of that do? It's fear mongering. Um, and hey, if the asteroid is on the way, no spoiler alerts for me. I want to be surprised. So hashtag team asteroid. Anyways, back to the original topic, cults of personality. So my advice to people, to anyone watching, is treat others how you want to be treated. And realize that people who are in the position of being, whether business owners, authors, content creators, YouTubers, whatever it is that is our, ilk, that we want to bring you our knowledge, share our knowledge as best as we can, share our gnosis, what have you, and to build. Doesn't need to be a safe space. People can have differing opinions, but it doesn't have to be a war zone. I don't want my community to be a war zone. And I guess, ironically, that's the hill I'm willing to die on. I want my community to stand for something that is inclusive and empowering to everyone in it. I don't want people to feel marginalized. I don't want people to feel ostracized. And, there's enough of that in the world. And what I started seeing, and it really started having the realization that what I was seeing and the types of behavior I was seeing in the left-hand path community are the exact same types of behavior that made me leave the Roman Catholic Church and self-excommunicate when I was 15 years old. It's the exact same mentalities. And I've always been, I'm outspoken. I'm always one to stand up for the underdog. And I've always, my therapist has always noted that, you protect people. Oh, you're very protective of people, that, and the thing is, I want to protect people in the way I was not protected at times in my life. So if that makes me, a lefty liberal and an icky feminist to you, I don't care, but I'm going to defend people. I'm going to defend myself. I mean, I'm not someone who's going to go out there trolling people who I don't like their channels and shut up their comments because I don't like them. I have so much more to do with my day. It's, I don't know. I'd rather have explosive diarrhea than do that, if we're being frank. Yeah, but there's a lot of people out there that do that, or have tons of alt accounts and go and you know. But I had something I wanted to say, an interesting thought, but the squirrels ran off with it. So to summarize, or to conclude, which I am terrible at doing if you've watched my channel for any length of time, is that I know I can be influential without intending to be. But I'm going to try to use my powers for good and change. It's gone. I thought the squirrels brought my thought back, but apparently they did not. Um, I will remember as soon as I'm done as soon as I hit stop recording, though, because that's how it works around here. But anyways, I am so thankful for all of you who have supported me and my channel and my business over the years. I'm grateful to the people that helped me along my way, even if some of those people have, aren't involved anymore, or some of which have become enemies over time for one reason or another. Yeah, I'm here. I'm gonna do my own thing, and I am excited for the first time in a while. Stay tuned.